Welcome back to another edition of Parlay Madness. Khamzat Chimaev is taking on Dricus du Plessis. And boys, I know we're not in our usual setting. I got my usual guy, Azar, to the left, but I got my new guy, Jack Mack, to the right. We got a new guest on the podcast, and he's invited us into the Barstool Studios. Thank you so much for having us here, Jack. How you doing?
No, thank you for having me. Longtime supporter of Parlay Madness. Shout out to Jewish Better over there. And I'm honored to be here. We were kind of in the hood there for a second in Chicago, but the Wi-Fi was shit. We came here. I'm glad we had the office. And we're in a NASCAR studio, but shout out Rubbin' Is Racing. If you're a NASCAR fan, check out Rubbin' Is Racing.
Yes,
with Spider and Large, two of my guys here at Barstool. But they were nice enough to lend the studio. We're here in Chicago, Barstool Sports Studio. It is, look at this. It's awesome here.
Epic, bro.
Epic. And thank you for having me.
No, bro. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for inviting us here. Long-time supporter of you as well. It's kind of crazy, bro. Like, you know, I'm from London. I live in New Zealand. I'm not around this stuff that often. But ever since I've been in America, I met a lot of guys I look up to. And, bro, I respect you a lot, man. So, you know, it goes both ways. And thank you again. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I can't see your comments right now. I think we're going to get them up on Zar's screen.
Shout out to chat. W's in the chat, but this is awesome.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot about MMA from you guys, and it's awesome to hear other perspectives. I'm still a guy that is trying to learn a lot. The betting game's hard, but I really like it. Even when I lose, the thrill and the agony, kind of like the fighters, obviously to a much lower extent.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. It's fun when you win, and also I have fun when I lose too, because you learn a lot, and you kind of think back, you're like, hey, I should have like looked at it from this perspective, that perspective. But that's how you learn. It's a tough game.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to hear you say how hard or harder it's become from an MMA betting perspective.
Yeah, definitely. Zar, you got an opinion on that? Because I feel like it's got way harder over the last 2 years.
Yeah. So like a couple years ago, like there was probably props on every single fight. They're like, you know, I think that has some value. You know, it wasn't like tough like it is this, like how it is now. Like there's a bunch of fights where I'm like, I have no action on sometimes. And I feel like a few years ago, like there was always something I could find. And the money lines, you know, in totals, there's still some juice there, but the prop markets, they're definitely getting a lot sharper on. So yeah, you just got to adapt and improve, like Jack was saying. And
those round 2, round 3s used to be lucrative.
Bro, the round 3s.
Oh man, but they've adopted, and as you guys have said throughout, you adopt with the market. That makes it tough, but it's still fun. And I've been lucky enough through Barstool to have great access to the UFC, and I've met a lot of the fighters, interviewed a lot of the fighters. I was out there this week, media day.
Yeah.
And those guys were, it was cool. Sat down with a lot of them, sat down with Khamzat for about 4 minutes. He's a scary guy, but he's nice. He's nice. He's a.
Tell us about that, bro. A few people saying the mic, it might be rubbing on the neck.
chain?
It might be a bit too close to the neck.
How about
maybe.
this?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Let us know if Jack Mike's all good.
Is this better, guys? My bad.
Yeah, it's more clear. Yeah.
All right, word. I'll just hold it like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, Khamzat was cool. You know, he was quiet, but I don't blame him. You're cutting weight.
Yeah.
You don't really want to do media. You see a guy like me, but he gave me his time. He gave some answers. I messed up. I said say singer Susakayev and say a bass singer.
Oh,
but he gave me a look. But I was a little scared for a second. But he was just messing around. But it was cool. Talked with Pico. Talked with Brian Battle, who just came in overweight, which is crazy.
They got mad in the chat for that.
And then Cannonier, Asakura through a translator.
Oh, cool.
And then I'm trying to think of who else. Yeah, Carlos Prates, who's his English from his time training in Thailand is amazing.
Okay.
And
He's cool as fuck.
he's cool as fuck.
We met him yesterday.
Coolest guy ever.
He walked through the fighter hotel because we went to meet one of the Full Violence guys, Crash. He walked through the hotel and he's playing his Brazilian music in front of all the fighters, all the Russians and stuff. And he's just dancing, walking through the middle of the hotel. He's like, he's got aura, bro.
Yeah, he does. An MVP, nicest guy in the world. It was funny. He was about to sit down for his interview. He's cutting weight. and he's up, so it's not as crazy as a cut. But and then his wife was like, I'm going out to get food. You want anything? She was like, taking the piss with him, and
that's a liberty, bro.
And she was like, you want any dry eggs?
That's English banter, bro.
And I was like, that was crazy. And he was like, when she's hungry, she's gonna let you know. But he gave me about 10 minutes. He's the nicest guy in the world. Really entertaining. Just launched his own film company.
Who? MVP?
Yeah.
Wow.
Him and his boy, he was telling me about it. And he wants to be an actor, and he also wants to kind of like help produce and shit.
Oh shit.
I mean, he's probably made a lot of money, good money throughout his time fighting Bellator, now in the UFC.
Yeah, he's been a star and a showman from the early days. I remember him coming up, because I'm from England, right? I remember him coming up in the Cage Rage promotion. I don't know if you know that promotion. Like Anderson Silva fought on it, Lee Murray.
Wow.
It's an old school English promotion. Dave O'Donnell,
before Cage Warriors.
Before Cage Warriors, there was Cage Rage. And yeah, it was a crazy one. Like, they just get people from the pub to fight.
That's awesome.
And MVP, he had a debut. And on his debut, you guys should watch this crazy KO tornado kick. So it's a 720, not a 360, a 720 spin, kicks the dude in the head. The dude just goes falling back. It's like something out of a movie. MVP just stares out the cage. He's hit the guy. He's gone to the left. He's just staring to the right at like the fans. Have you seen that one?
Just like staring at nothing.
He's just staring at nothing, and the guy's just stumbling backwards. And that was his debut. So he's been a showman from day one. So I'm not surprised he's got a film company.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's the fucking man. Cannonier, really cool guy. Down to earth, but that's a fascinating fight. And Tim Elliott, I gotta say, that guy is a scary looking motherfucker. Like in a way that's kind of like if you saw him, if you were on a hike or something, and you came up on Tim Elliott, you'd be like, I don't know if I'm on the right. Like I'm not on your property, bro. I swear. Yeah. Swear down. But he's a nice guy too.
Yeah.
I honestly, I would say like 95% of the fighters we've talked to throughout the years are awesome. And then also most of the time, if they're dicks, I kind of give them like, maybe they're cutting weight, maybe they're just in a bad mood.
Yeah, benefit of doubt.
Yeah, and most of the guys give, but I also think they understand there's a flip side to it, because we'll post it on the Spinning Back Fist page. We'll post it on Barstool, and that's huge for them. So it's like I scratch your back, you scratch my back. We go both ways. But honored to be here, and this office is awesome. Shout out the Chicago office in our Barstool office in Chicago.
Crazy office, guys. Shout out to the Barstool office. Shout out to Jack Mack for bringing us in. JB, I want to bring you in, bro. How you feeling about this card? What's going on in Texas? Have you sorted your mic after 2 years? My man, JB, what's going on?
Should be good. Let me know in the chat if I have any background noise. I don't think I will, though. Yeah, it's time. You guys already know what time it is. Early in the morning. We waking, we baking. That looks like a great place to smoke a joint in. I'm not going to lie to you.
I think that would fuck up the something here. But, I mean.
But I'm JB, man. You even said it yourself. You come in here, you watch the crew. We give you the info. Nah, honestly, in all seriousness, like, I appreciate that, bro. Like, that means a lot to me that you come in, you're a Parlay Madness fan, and now you're on the show, bro. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. And we're going to kill it, bro. We came off I think it was a plus 3XX parlay last week. I don't know the exact number, but
one and done.
We cashed it, baby. So I think we could do the same this week. And I'm waiting to see what my boy Jack Mack got.
All right. Well, we're gonna start from the main card, boys. We usually go up to the top, but we're gonna start from the main card. It's Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis.
Oh man,
one of the biggest fights of all time.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
The Dricus's South African media was near me on media day.
Yeah, and
they came up to me like, "Would you say it's the biggest fight of the year?" And I was like, "Damn, it definitely is."
I think so,
because you could argue Elliott Charles, but the line was not as close as this one, and I think there's somehow more hype here.
Yeah,
because I think there's so much different ways this fight can go.
Yes,
I think
way more intriguing.
Yeah, way more intriguing for me.
Yeah, and Zar was telling me earlier that Khamzat just crossed 10 million followers. Like, I remember when the dude came in on Contender Series, he was next level. He was going to be the next superstar. Like, his momentum he had after the Contender Series, like, everybody wanted to know who Khamzat was. It kind of died down because he stopped fighting a little bit. He retired from MMA after that COVID
was crazy
shit. yeah, like blood in his lungs and all that. So I feel like his momentum died down. You know, he missed weight that one time.
Couldn't come to America.
Yeah, couldn't come to America. But now he's fighting for the title. I feel like all of that momentum has built back up. And have you seen it with the social media numbers? They're going crazy this week.
I can't really even compare it to anybody. I think Ilya got there, but
almost after that knockout of Charles, like Ilya was already a superstar, but he went to a next level there.
Yeah.
There's something about Khamzat that is just, I think, like, people love that clip. I'll kill everybody.
Yeah, bro.
And people just, I think it's the beard. He's that aura. And then I think that, like, his opponent, Dricus, has a lot of fans as well. Yeah. And they love him for everything that he's done, all of the amazing fights, the hilarious fight tactics that he has. He has a method to his madness, but sometimes it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
And then he's funny. He's a funny guy. He's a banter. He's just, it's the banter of him that he can take a joke, which is huge. But I would say Khamzat is, I think he may be the biggest star in the UFC.
If he wins this fight, there's going to be no doubt.
Yeah, I think it's him and Ilya.
Yeah.
And I'm saying John's out.
Yeah.
And Connor's not involved.
Yeah.
I think he's 1-1.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like maybe for a couple of, like, the last few years, it was Alex Pereira. He kind of shot up, but after losing, it's crazy. MMA fans are so fickle, bro. He's lost one fight and no one really cares about him anymore.
I know, it's crazy.
It's fucked.
People were, and like, even like, I was thinking about Shavkat recently. He had that buzz. And it's like, where's he gone? I know he's had some like injuries, but
what have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me lately? Like, I would say, like, it's Khamzat, Islam, Ilya. Those are like that three from a social media star perspective.
Yeah.
And I think the Muslim world takes Khamzat and Islam to that next global level.
Yeah.
Now Europe does take Ilya to that next level too.
Yeah. So, bro, break the fight down for me. I'll let you go first, bro. Khamzat Chimaev versus Dricus du Plessis. What are the odds? Like -230 for Khamzat right now?
Yeah, +200, +205 Dricus.
So I am so fascinated with, can Dricus survive that early onslaught? And then, I mean, this fight is so many question marks, in my opinion, for such a high level fight, because it's like, okay, we have some concerns about Khamzat's cardio, but there's fighters that we've seen before with cardio concerns, and then they go and do, like, Prates had cardio concerns. He went and did a 5-round fight. And then Dricus, we know he's pretty good on the mat. He's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, but Khamzat's a different level. I keep coming back to the fact that if this gets into the second round, I think it's a coin flip fight. But you have to factor in that first round. Khamzat's shot on every opponent in the first round and got a takedown in the first minute.
Wow. In the first minute?
First minute, yeah. I think every fight outside of the GM3 knockout.
Yeah.
So, damn. I have been so intrigued with Dricus late, round 3, round 4, round 5.
Yeah.
And I do like Dricus a little bit on the money line, but I've seen the love from you for Khamzat.
Yeah.
But I'm so fascinated by it. I also think there may be some value in a decision prop on either side, because both these guys, I think, are tough. But if Khamzat gets in mount in that first round, can Dricus survive? This isn't Derek Brunson, bro. And we haven't seen him against a grappler of a great level in a little bit. So, but there's something about Dricus. He's just a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finds a way.
He finds a way. And I go back and forth about that Izzy fight too. I'm like, okay, he was losing it.
Yeah.
And is Izzy kind of washed? Or are we just saying that because Izzy lost to Dricus and he was looking good against Imavov, but then just got caught?
Yeah.
So, but let's say it's a stand-up fight. I think it's, who has the better striker? I think Dricus. So, yeah, I'm leaning Dricus at the moment. I haven't placed a bet yet. But yeah, it's madness. It's parlay madness, and this fight is going to be so much fun. I think there's even a shot that I'm just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to enjoy this. But it's tough not to have a bet on the main event.
Yeah. We're degenerates, so it's tough not to have a bet on the main event. Zah, what do you think?
Yeah, similar stuff to Jack. Like we were texting earlier. It's like, bro, it's an intriguing fight. There's a lot of props I'm looking at, but we're gonna be there live, and it's like I might just enjoy the main event. But like you said, this is parlay madness. we're degenerates, so I'm probably gonna have some money on it.
Let's go.
Yeah. So round one, obviously, like you said, Hamzat's taking down everyone except GM3. I see him, taking down DDP. But I think we're going to see more of like the Whitaker performance instead of like the Holland performance where, against Holland, Hamzat was hyped up, came out hot, forcing everything like strength. I mean, obviously there's technique, but he was forcing a lot of positions, using a lot of energy. And you see the difference between that fight and the Whitaker fight where, he still shot in the first 10 seconds, but he was a little bit more patient, controlling position a little. So that's why I think it's a sleeper. Like, obviously, you have to have Hamzat as the favorite, in my opinion, just because there is that big finishing upside. And then after that, it gets a lot more competitive. But if it's competitive after a big finishing, like a chance for Hamzat, he has to be the favorite, in my opinion. And I'm not super sold on the death gassing. Obviously, I think if it gets late, it's definitely where DDP wants it. Yeah. But I'm not super confident that, if it gets around round five, he's done. So that's why I think it's a sleeper to go the distance. I think plus 250 on goes the distance is nice. The 4-5 decision prop for DDP is like in the plus 400s. I think that's like more than half of his win equity, easily. So I think that's a crazy number. So yeah, I think it goes a couple rounds. Might go the distance in that 4-5 decision prop for DDP. I think it's value. But this is a betting show, so I'm talking about where I think the value is. But the pick is probably Hamzat. But the props on Hamzat, finish props, they're never going to be great. So I'm leaning towards contrarian, goes a distance, stuff like that.
It'll be interesting to see the line movement on fight day because obviously the MMA market 99% of the time is shaped by sharp action. But there's so much public interest here. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of parlays. Yeah. And if Kai wins, and then maybe MVP, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Hamzat go even further up because there's going to be a lot of parlays on the line. Yeah. That they may need to cover. They're kind of from a risk management perspective. Are you concerned about Hamzat's cardio at all, or you think that's overblown?
I mean, I think it's overblown massively. Okay. He won the third round against Kamaru Usman on my scorecard. He won the third rounds against Gilbert Burns, 1-1 going into round 3, and he dogged out the third round, the first time he's ever had any adversity in the octagon, and he managed to win the third round against Gilbert Burns, who's a perennial top 15 guy. Yes, he's a lightweight, whatever you want to say, but in my opinion, it was still impressive. Like, a lot of people crumble after adversity, their first ever taste of adversity, and that was a war. Like, he was eating bombs from Gilbert. And then in round 3, he was getting takedowns on Kamaru Usman and moving into dominant positions. So I think it's overblown. I honestly feel like, Dricus tires out as well. He pushes through. But guess who else pushes through? Hamzat Chimaev, in my opinion. So I think it's overblown. JB, what do you think about this fight, bro?
I honestly think Dricus got to catch him, to be fair. Maybe it's late in the fight, but I don't think he's going to have, grappling success here at all. I think Hamzat's just a level above him, a step ahead in all the positions. I've seen DDP make massive mistakes in the octagon against guys like Tavares, Till, Brunson, where I don't think he gets away with that in this fight. And I think they're going to be grappling at some point, and he just hasn't proven to me versus this level that he can defend it. Now, on the other side, you got Dricus, who I do think his striking is very hard to deal with. He's super awkward, and that creates for a hard style to prepare for in camp. Now, the other thing on the other hand is Hamzat doesn't have an easy style to prepare for either. He's very quick with those level change feints. He blends it in with his striking as well. I heard Coach Nick Sick talking about that this week. He said Hamzat is one of the best people at blending in the level change feints and the takedowns and mixing in his hands. And he's not just he knocked out Ikram Aliskerov. He's got power on the feet too. He knocked out GM3. I know it's GM3, but we've seen Dricus hurt before. I've seen Brunson hurt him on the feet. I know Hamzat's very hittable, but he seemed to be durable before. So this could be an absolute war, but I tend to think just Dricus makes a mistake in the grappling. I think Hamzat gets a sub, rounds 1, round 2, but I don't know if there's any value on that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, people talking about, Dricus is so physical and Hamzat might have trouble taking him down. Khamzat is going to ragdoll this guy, man. I think he can ragdoll him in round 1. He probably takes round 2 off, and he can ragdoll him in round 3 and 4. If you go back and watch the Brunson fight, you know, everyone spoke about that. He got ragdolled, whatever. Let's say he's improved so much. The guy got taken down by Robert Whittaker. Clean. He got taken down by Robert Whittaker clean with a blast double, right? Body lock / double. And then, this is interesting as well. The way Dricus got back up was turning to the knees, stepping back up against the cage. If he does that against Khamzat, that's Khamzat's whole game. Khamzat's whole game is based around the body lock. No singles, no doubles. He will go to a single double, but only to transition to the body lock, to reap the first leg, and then he's just going to break you down systematically against the cage. I've seen Dricus in that position more than once, and if he does that against Khamzat, it could be game over. Like, I do kind of feel like he will make a mistake at some point, like you said, JB, but I don't mind a decision prop because we haven't seen Khamzat have any ability to get a finish after coming back from adversity. He's only had adversity 2 times, and he wasn't able to get a finish. He went to a decision. So while I think he can get takedowns and still win the fight in round 3, 4, 5, I can't say he's going to get a finish then. We haven't have evidence of it. So I kind of like Khamzat decision at plus 540. Yeah. I mean, I think that's massive odds. Like, I guess the submission's more live, but I'm a gambler, you know, and the submission is what? Like,
it's not good. The ITD is like, I think, minus 150.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy.
The difference between plus 500 and minus 150, like, I have to look at the decision.
Yeah.
And also,
not like Dricus is a bum, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
and he's a survivor, bro.
He's tough. And if it gets late, I could see it getting sloppy. But did y'all see that video of my guy Khamzat picking up DC and putting him on the merry-go-round? Y'all think Dricus is gonna not get taken down? Come on, man.
He's 100% getting taken down round 1, and I think that's like the majority of the finish equity is like first 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
If it gets past that, it's really hard for me to see Chimaev getting a finish. You know,
100%. And over maybe a look.
Yeah, 2.5 is plus money.
Yeah, and even that fight goes the distance. If you think it's a little bit closer, you can get that fight goes the distance plus 250. But yeah, the decision prop. That I think fans would be a little bit disappointed that there's no finish, but we're gamblers. We're not trying to make. We're not.
Hey,
WWE
if it's a
fans.
war,
and
you know,
I like WWE, by the way, but no disrespect to the wrestling fans.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, JB, bro, if it's a I could swear.
Yeah,
if it's a fucking 5-round war, I was thinking I'm in the Barstool Studios, but no, this is my podcast, so I can definitely fucking swear. I think that if we get a 5-round fight, no finish. But if it's a war, it's even better than the first round finish.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I'd prefer a 5-round war.
Yeah.
Especially because I'm there live.
100%. I think Dricus will give that war. I think we could even get a war that's a 50-45, 49-46.
Yeah.
With some close rounds, but Khamzat edges it out. I was heavy leaning on the Dricus side 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. But the more I think about it, and maybe I'm respecting the market too much, but I think you have to respect the market to an extent.
Yeah, you do. But then you have a good point, which you mentioned earlier, which is like, there's not many fights where the casual money could potentially influence the market more than the sharp money. It's not often. But you know where we had it? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. My biggest bet of all time on Jake Paul. I got him at minus 180, minus 200, minus 220. Craziest line in history. And then I think it kind of happened against Charles Oliveira, although I do feel like sharp money was on Ilya, but Ilya's like minus 500 in that fight.
I think he should have been.
He should have been. But I'm expecting a lot of casuals to bet. But I don't know. Oliveira's big as well.
But like at a certain point, if this gets up to plus 250, plus 260, I think I'm looking at Dricus and I'm like, okay, maybe there are like a percentage wise, there are some things that could happen in his favor. And then obviously the Floyd Conor fight, I think.
That's the best bet of history
in the history of sports.
Floyd was like minus 350 at one point.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. He was like, I mean,
he should have been
5,000.
10,000.
Yeah.
He would have won that fight with one arm.
Y'all see that uppercut though?
I know.
But if he's eating that clean in round 1, like how does he?
But if that uppercut, sportsbooks would have been out of business.
Bro, if that uppercut landed a little bit more torque,
oh my God,
we could be living in a different reality.
Imagine that. Oh my God. But yeah, the market, it's going to be interesting to see because DDP hit around 215 this week and it's gone down a little bit to 200. So it seems like there's some buyback.
Yeah.
And I would say that's probably more sharp money early in the week. I don't think a lot of casuals are betting it yet, but it'll be interesting.
Great fight. Bro.
Great fight.
I could talk about this fight all day. Like, I could talk about this fight all day, but we should move on to the co-main event.
Dricus may oil up before the fight, though. He better. If I'm Dricus, I'm going into the cage soaking wet.
Full GSP.
Yeah.
I just think it's too high level of wrestling, bro. Like do you see when he did Jack Hermanson in, bro? Like it's a different level. And then people want to say, oh, this dude, Dricus du Plessis submitted the whole Gracie Barra South Africa team. Hamzat would dog walk those dudes. Like it's just a different level, in my opinion. But maybe I'll look stupid if DDP does it again.
JB, could kick us off for the comment. Oh, we need to write some stuff down. It's a bit awkward now where we're at, but what can we write down?
I think GTD, because like we're leaning towards decision prop for both guys. I think GTD 250, like I think that should be 200.
Yeah. Can you write Hamzat for me?
Yeah.
I might be a fanboy, but I don't know, man. I really believe in him.
Yep, I feel that. And I feel like the striking, obviously, DDP is a better striker, more versatile, but he likes a lot of that kicking game. And if you're throwing a lot of body kicks, you're like against Izzy, you spamming a lot of body kicks, head kicks, like Hamzat's going to grab that and take you down.
Yeah.
So he hasn't fought a grappler since Brunson. Like he's been the guy with the grappling threat. So I'm interested to see like how much he opens up, Do
you think Dricus can get any top time on Hamzat?
Nah. I don't think so, bro. I think Hamzat's balance is too crazy. I think his core strength is too. I think his speed is sprawls, his physicality. I think it's too much, bro.
Not in a million years, bro.
Yeah, I don't think so, bro.
Imagine the scenes if Dricus gets the back.
Top time and gets the back. Yeah, he'd fall right off. I think, bro.
Do you want to write anything down?
I'm with you on the goes the distance.
Yeah.
JB, anything written down? Boys, we're not gonna show you right now because it's just a bit awkward. But at the end, when we make the parlays, we're gonna show you the screen.
Nah, it's good. I'm good. Let's
All
go,
right, bro. Yeah, kick us off on the main event, brother. I mean the co-main.
Yeah, I like Lerone Murphy in this spot, but I'm not like it's more of a price thing. I get the early action on Pico, like minus 130. He's got the power. He's at 28 years old, obviously 6 years youth, in his prime. Huge fight for him as well. He looks in super good shape. His loss, last loss came via injury, so that is something you have to worry about. I just think Lerone Murphy is a solid UFC talent. Maybe I'm overrating him. I know he's a bit of a public play this week, but he's got good knees up the middle. He's good at range, very good feints on the outside. He knows how to use his kicks very well. He gets taken down, but he's able to get up. He can be hurt, but he's never been finished. There's certain things that I just like about Lerone Murphy. I think he could keep this fight on the feet, possibly keep it at range, make it a close competitive fight, 29-28 type decision. Maybe y'all convince me on the Pico side, but I just think, man, he's fought the better competition. I don't know. And I've seen guys get up against Pico at the Bellator level. I don't think his control is like the best. He can land some good ground and pound, but I think when he opens up, that'll give Lerone Murphy the chance to get back to his feet and get back to his game. And he's a high IQ fighter. It's not like he's super washed either. He's 34 years old. He's going to come into this fight in the best shape of his life because this is virtually a number one contender spot for Lerone Murphy. And I thought he looked great in the Barbosa performance. I know Barbosa's kind of old as hell, but everything he showed me in that fight with the range management, the distance, his ability to come forward, and now in the bigger octagon, I think that provides him a little more space to work with. Open mat takedowns could worry me, but man, I think Lerone Murphy does a good job. He attacks those front chokes as well. Pico's going to have to careful with his head placement here. I think he is careful with it. He's very good up against the cage. He lands good shots up there too, and he's like super physical. And I think he could land on the feet as well. But I also think Lerone Murphy could possibly hurt him. We've seen Pico finished in the past. He's liable to be injured coming into the fight with his shoulder. But I think you can't really necessarily handicap that. It's a hard one for me. I just kind of tend to lean dog or pass.
So, yeah, I feel that, bro. Murphy is more proven like at this level. But I think it's a hard stylistic matchup for Murphy. Like from the UFC's perspective, they want Pico to come in on a big pay-per-view, but they want him to fight someone like top 10, top 5. I think this is one of the better matchups you could give Pico. So yeah, I ended up betting Pico earlier in the week in the 130s. I just feel like Murphy does struggle every time he fights someone with like a little bit of grappling, like not even any crazy wrestlers, but just like Ige, he is a wrestler, not on the level of Pico. Like Pico, I know people are over it, like some people are way too high on him, like saying he's the truth. And we don't know that yet. but his wrestling, his wrestling is another level than like Ige, Emmett. So like I get people saying he's fought wrestlers and Murphy's, beat them, but his takedown defense, like, I don't think it's the best. I thought he lost to Gabriel Santos. I thought he lost to Hugov. And the Makwan Emirkhani fight, I mean, he got taken down over and over again. He caught a knee in the second round. He was probably going to win that fight anyway because Makwan slows down. But every time he fights a wrestler, it's very, very slim margins. He's not the best finisher, which is what I would like if I'm betting against Pico, because Pico's going to come and fight. He's going to, throw hands. He's going to shoot. You kind of got to kill him because he's coming after you. And I feel like Murphy, his one advantage here is like the length, the movement, the kicks on the outside. But in the pocket, I got Pico. All the grappling upside, I got Pico. And yeah, I think he's going to get a lot of takedowns here. I could see a pretty clear decision, just wrestling based. But yeah, with Murphy's style, he's on such slim margins. He wins a lot of close decisions. He stole that Ige fight in the last like 30 seconds with a little bit of damage when he got controlled for most of that third round. So yeah, I like Pico here. There's the UFC debut jitters angle. It's definitely live that he pulls a stunt, but if we get the Pico that I see on tape, that's going to come forward, shoot takedowns, throw hands, I got him as the solid favorite. So yeah, I'm on Pico here.
Nice, bro. Shout out to everyone in the comment. What took so long? We already told you. Wi-Fi issues in the hood. We're in Chicago, boys. Come on. They're saying Parlay Madison spinning back fist injected into my veins.
Yes, sir.
That's sick, bro. Plus 3.5 Pico. Pico already got CTE. He thinks he can beat Volk. I mean, bro, like he's meant to think he can beat Volk. Yeah. What do you expect? You
think you get to that level without like having like the ultimate belief in yourself? Yeah. Like what?
People say that all the time, and it always frustrates me. Like, he's an idiot. He thinks he can be champ. I'm like, bro, do you not understand the mentality you need? You have to think that.
You have to be out of your mind.
Yeah.
Like just in general in life. Like, of course. Yeah, you have to be.
In every vocation.
Yeah, everything.
Not even yourself.
Yes.
Myself.
Yeah,
you.
no, like, I mean, of course. And also he wants to build up a potential. Like Volk doesn't really have, I mean, Evloev, but like, who knows what's up with Evloev? If Pico has a big moment here, he's setting himself up for a fight against Volk. He's not an idiot.
Yeah. No, there is no next in line contender at featherweight. This is the fight, bro. Because, everyone's going to say, if Lerone wins this fight, it's like crazy win streak.
Yep.
He definitely should be undefeated in the UFC, undefeated of all time. So this is a great fight. But Jack, I know you interviewed Pico yesterday, 2 days ago, or whenever it was. So like, what do you think about this fight?
So everything that you guys said, I agree with. Specifically on the Pico side, I think one factor that a lot of people are missing about this is Lerone on short notice. He came to Chicago on Monday, bro.
Yeah.
And I heard some things behind the scenes that was like, there was a chance the fight wasn't going to happen. Wow. He wanted certain things in the contract, didn't get through. Like, I think he was training, don't get me wrong, but I think Pico was training very hard for that fight in Abu Dhabi. Obviously gets canceled. He told me he took 3 days off. Then he was right back to work, went to LA and started training with Hamzat and that strength and conditioning coach that they have that's in the
training lab.
Yeah, training lab. I really like Pico here. I think he may be able to find a knockout, whether it's ground and pound or just kind of on the inside in the pocket, like you said.
Yeah.
I love Pico here. I like Pico. I don't love him as much inside the distance. I'll just be on him in straight. But I think if you're looking for something, that KO is there.
Plus 4XX.
And I would say one thing about Pico, and I think a lot of guys forget this, and it's like the new jitters UFC.
True.
This man has been in the USA wrestling scene top level for a long time, bro.
Oh, yeah.
This man went through the adversity, and this is something I think not a lot of people give people credit for, is he was the chosen one. He had a very embarrassing knockout loss in Bellator, and he came back from that.
Yeah.
And he's been very good for it. I don't think he's going to be someone who's going to be that, like, he'll see the lights, and I think obviously he'll be nervous. That's normal. But I don't think this is a guy that hasn't been in big level events. He was at the USA wrestling trials.
Yeah.
He made it to the semis, I think finals, when he was 17 fucking years old, dude.
Crazy, yeah.
That's different level.
Yeah.
Like, that's like Jordan Burroughs-esque, and I think he's ready for this. And I think if Lerone was on a full fight camp, it'd be a little bit different. I think there's a chance Lerone stuffs takedowns, but I don't give that a high chance. I think Pico gets takedowns going. I think he gets the striking going. Yeah. And I think this may even look like he's going to say, I'm here, I'm in the UFC. And UFC is going to look around and be like, we may have to give him Volk in December.
I think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like my prediction is what you just said. He finishes Lerone Murphy. It might be a big statement, undefeated Lerone Murphy, and then he fights Volk in December or whenever he
or maybe
fights
January, wherever it is. Yeah. But I think they're going to be like, hey, we got somebody here. Yeah. And I think the UFC knows it too.
They know it. They're not dumb.
He's the co-main.
He's the co-main. UFC's an American company. Pico is the star in America, even though he's outside of the UFC. And, you mentioned debut jitters. That's something we have to speak about. We bet against Patchy Mix, Mario Batista. One of the big reasons is because of debut jitters, but Pico's a different guy, in my opinion. His debut against Zach Freeman in Bellator was the #1 most hyped MMA debut of all time.
Of all time.
I think so.
Joe Rogan was talking about Aaron Pico like it was like Muhammad Ali mixed with like the greatest wrestler of all time.
That's how I knew about him.
Golden Glove. Yeah. Like, I mean, Joe Rogan talked about him like he was the truth
before he even was fought.
And the fact that he came back from that, I think the losing is so huge in my opinion. Yeah. That's a guy that's level-headed. He's very calm. He loves his horses. He's a big horse guy. Lives out in New Mexico and LA. The guy's he's so cool. Yeah. He looks like Pedro Pascal in my opinion. He looks like a fucking like a superstar. That's a guy that the UFC can get behind.
But did he get shot in the neck though, and survive?
What? Yeah, is that what happened to Pedro?
Right in Narcos.
What happened? No, I'm talking about Lerone Murphy, bro. He literally got shot in the neck.
Shit, Lerone Murphy. Yeah, that's 50 Cent, bro. He got shot in the head. Multiple times. How can you bet dude, that guy literally defied life, bro. How do you bet against that?
Yeah, but then he went life and death with Makwani. Like, I mean,
true. No one's killed him yet, though.
I had Makwani there, and then when he died, I was like, but that's classic Makwani.
Yeah, that's classic.
The legend.
Yeah, I thought we was cooking.
We need him back. We need him. He was cooking, bro.
Round one sub prop every time.
He just got beat on the regional scene, I think.
Oh, fuck.
It's game over for Makwan. Shout out to Makwan. He's got the best topology picture of all time.
Just bitches.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like 8 girls. I don't know how he got that verified on there, but shout out to Makwan. But yeah, I mean, I haven't fully broke it down, but I kind of did. I got Pico in this one. But we'll see, man. UFC debut. Everyone could be underrating Lerone Murphy. I just think Pico's the truth. It is what it is. I could be wrong or I could be right. Can you write down Pico for me? Can you write down the KO? I like the KO.
Yeah, let's just do the KO.
Yeah, I like that one. I don't know if I'm outright picking it, like you said, but it's like plus 400 or something. That's crazy.
I think he's gonna have a lot of moments. Like, I mean, like I think that 400 is priced not as I would price it.
But I will say, the easiest path to victory for him is wrestling. And then, but you mentioned the ground and pound could be live, bro.
I think so.
It could be live. I mean, Lerone, like you said,
got heart. He gets tagged, but he's got heart.
He's got great heart.
He has heart. And that Gabriel Santos fight I keep thinking about too. He lost that one too.
He did.
I'm not fraudulent record's the wrong way to describe his record.
Yeah.
But
fortunate.
That's the best way to say it.
I think he should have 2 losses.
Yeah. The Tukagov.
He goes to a lot of close decisions, bro. And I think Pico, he's going to be landing the bigger shots on the feet. Like, obviously, the volume could be close, even Murphy, but Pico lands hard, bro. Body shots, upstairs, combos. Like,
bro, I can't see Lerone Murphy winning without knocking him out or dropping him.
I'm with you.
But I know he hasn't fought that level of competition and looked good against it. That's just because Bellator doesn't have that level, really. And he suffered a couple of KOs. But, bro, Lerone's not going to stop the takedowns, right? And if he does, he's going to knock him out. Or he's going to get knocked out himself.
I think Lerone could hurt Pico.
Yeah,
and Pico could get him down. Like, I think there's also the possibility there.
Yeah.
And so I really look at this and think I really agree with line movement. I've already bet Pico.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm definitely going to look at I bet him at 150.
That's a good price.
Bro. And then I'll bet him I think I'm gonna bet him KO too. But I see the decision without a doubt. I think that's his biggest win equity.
Yeah,
wrestling decision.
Yeah.
You lean decision, but the odds, bro. You have to take a look at the KO, just like the main event. Yeah. Like, we're leaning toward the finish, but we're gambling.
We got 3 against 1 here. JB's on Lerone Murphy, bro. Like, I mean, I don't think you bet him, but
I haven't bet him yet. I'm thinking about like maybe ITD is like plus 650 I saw, and then like sub plus 2,800.
Yeah.
But that's a little crazy. That's crazy. I don't think I'm gonna get there.
You got me on Silva versus Mangos a couple of days ago, bro. So I gotta get you back on.
Though. That was
gotta get you back on this one,
third round.
I mean, that was kind of shit from them both, to be honest. But
yeah, I was hoping he would come in with that game plan, but it got way too greasy in the third round.
Yeah. All right, we got Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. Bro, like, this is a great fight. I mean, it's interesting because I feel like they're both similar. You know, both of them have good durability and great power, which is not that common. Oftentimes, you get a lot of power, like Aaron Pico. I've noticed that you don't get great chin. Like, it's not that common where you have a Josh Emmett where you got really good chin, but really good power. It's kind of like a cheat code in MMA. Because then what can you do? You can walk forward. Ngannou, you can walk forward, take their shots, but they can't take yours. It's a fucking cheat code. And it's not that often. I feel like both of these guys have it. You know, Prates has an elite chin, in my opinion. Gary hurt him in that fight. I saw that the other day. But he still has an elite chin. Jeff Neal has an elite chin as well. He's been cracked before. He's been hurt. Shavkat hurt him. But, you know, he's still got an elite chin. I just think that Carlos Prates has too many reps in Muay Thai, too many reps in the striking realm, and he's got too many tools, whereas Jeff Neal's going to box. Jeff Neal's got a decent high kick. You know, we saw that in the Mike Perry fight and a couple of other fights. Bilal Muhammad, he was high kicking him, you know, from here to wherever. But Jeff Neal's mainly a boxer, you know, and Prates has elbows. He has knees. He has long range knees, but also stepping knees. He's got clinch strikes and he's got beautiful boxing himself. I just feel like it's going to be too many tools for Jeff Neal to overcome. I think Jeff Neal makes it close early. I think he even tags Prates early. I think he may get off to an early start. But in rounds 2 and in round 3, when Prates starts to get his reads, I think Prates is going to, honestly, he might knock him out, man. Has Jeff Neal ever been knocked out? He did it get Kevin Holland.
Kevin Holland, yeah.
But that wasn't in the UFC.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, and it was like a mercy stoppage. He was still standing. Like, Jeff's got a good chin, bro, but it's Prates.
Yeah, like I'm picking Prates. I'm picking Prates by round 3 KO. I saw my man Matty Betts post that out earlier today.
Shout out Matty Betts.
Shout out Matty Betts. I agree with him. In honor of Matty Betts, we need to do a cycle parlay at the end. A couple people in the chat are shouting that out, so we can go 1-1-1. But yeah, what do you think, bro?
Damn, I mean, I think how Prates manages his distance so well. It's just so impressive. It's that Muay Thai background. He's really Gary caught him, but I think Gary's the guy that MMA fans underrate as a whole, just how well-rounded he is. But Prates is a guy like I think, but Neal's going to come forward. I also am a little bit concerned how serious Neal is taking MMA.
Okay. He's still a waiter.
He's still a waiter. Now, I understand it says it keeps him active and all that, but you know, he's had concerns with like, you know, some DUIs. And I think Prates is a guy, he's at Fighting Nerds. We know that camp is only helping guys. And I've been looking at that. What's he round 3/decision?
Yeah, that's solid.
I'll look that up right now over on DK. But I was going to, I was looking at that, but also I think Jeff Neal can make it a firefight early.
Yeah.
And Prates, when he lands, he lands.
Yeah, true.
I haven't bet anything here. I think Prates is a decent parlay piece to an extent, but Neal's a tough motherfucker, man. He's tough. He's like
he is.
He's a gamer. It's only 3 rounds. Prates sometimes I don't want to say plays with his food, but he's smart. He doesn't like he likes the, but kind
of Peter Vian vibe.
And I think that loss to Gary really helped them.
Okay.
I think he fought through some adversity, not getting the early stoppage, proving his cardio. Obviously, there's some questions about that last minute where it's like, go for it. But still, it was last minute of a 25-minute fight. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this one.
Yeah.
I don't have the best read.
No, I feel you, man. You're not going to have the best read on every fight. And speaking about that Gary fight, we actually met Prates yesterday, as I mentioned. And I was speaking to Pedro, who's Crash MMA. That's my guy. And he told me that he was speaking to Carlos about that Ian Gary fight. And what he said was he was looking for the knockout the entire fight. That's what he said to us, right? He said he's looking for the knockout the entire fight. Carlos said himself he knew he could outpoint Gary. Now, you don't have to agree with that, but that's what he said himself. But he just wanted to knock him out. So for the entire fight, he was trying to knock him out. He said that he doesn't care about getting knockouts anymore. Now he cares about getting the wins. So I don't know if that's going to help him. You know, it always, when you change up your style, it can also be a negative as well as a positive. But that's just what Carlos says. So I can kind of agree with that. You know, he did look a little bit angry in that fight. He kind of was just stalking Ian Gary. And yeah, man, if he comes in with different game plan this time out to kind of win the fight versus just get a knockout, then he might end up knocking him out by accident. So I like Carlos in this one.
Yeah, I just saw the round 3 decision plus 175 for Prates. Something you could consider.
That's decent.
I definitely don't hate that, dude. Jeff has a good chin. Like,
yeah,
he's a tough guy.
And then maybe kind of start like it's kind of a. We obviously Shavkat submitted him, but it was kind of an attrition. It was like throughout the rounds, he was really dominating. But Jeff Neal, that was one hell of a fight, man, against Shavkat.
He ate so much damage.
Insane.
Body to the head. Like,
he was throwing some back. I was like, damn.
No, he cracked him.
Yeah.
But Shavkat just doesn't give a fuck.
I know.
That was a crazy fight. If you haven't seen that round 3, you should go watch it. But yeah, I like Prates. The only thing that's holding me back from like laying the chalk right now is I could see where, you lay chalk on Prates and the first 7.5 minutes are really competitive and you're hoping for that big moment from Prates and maybe it never comes, but I think it ends up coming. Prates just, I know they both have power and they both have good chins, but I think Prates, he's got power in the hands, he's got dangerous kicks, the knees are crazy. It's just a big versatility advantage for Prates where, Jeff Neal has really good hands and a nice high kick, but at the end of the day, he's going to be standing right in front of you, looking to box. And Prates just has a little bit more tools. So I'm going with Prates. It's hard to know if it's a decision or a knockout. I know the odds are leaning a lot more towards the knockout. And if I had to, gun to my head, is it a decision or a KO if Prates wins? I'll go with KO. But bro, Jeff survived some shit, so I wouldn't be surprised by a decision. So I don't hate that round 3 or decision prop because Prates, finds his reads and, starts cooking late. And like you're saying with when we're talking to Pedro, I feel like that's a good thing. You can kind of tell in the Gary fight, he was looking for that one perfect shot. Yeah. And if he doesn't do that and he's throwing more volume, I think he cooks here because, Jeff's a kind of weird, like he'll have a competitive decision with Ponzinibbio, arguably lose, and then he'll have a competitive decision with Ian Gary and arguably win. So like, like he competes with everyone, so it's hard to lay chalk against someone that solid, that proven with power and good durability. But I'm going with Prates.
And the other thing is like, bro, like Neal's not gonna be on his bike like Ian Gary and leg kick him and take him down. Like Neal's gonna exchange with him at some point, and when he exchanges with him, it could be game over. JB, what do you think about this one, bro?
Yeah, you guys are killing it. Like, I agree with a lot of the points you said. Like, it's just a tough stylistic matchup for Jeff Neal here. He has to come forward and be the southpaw boxer versus switch stance Muay Thai guy who has multiple options. Like, it's going to be way easier for the fighting nerds to prepare for Jeff Neal, who has a lot of film on him. Carlos Prates, a lot of quick knockouts. The most film we really got on him was in the last Gary fight. And he even showed that he has solid cardio. People talk smack about him smoking the cigarettes and stuff, but it didn't show there. The guy had 5-round cardio. He survived to the end. Even had a big moment, almost finished Gary. I just think I got to go with the youth here. The more options available to him, the knees, the elbows, as you said, you did a great job with that. And I just don't see Neal grappling with the success that you would need to. This is going to be a stand-up fight, and it's a boxer versus a guy with more weapons, and that's literally what I said on Liam's show. I don't know about a method though, and this one's for my boy Prates. He's gonna get the dub.
Yeah, I feel you. That's that Neal pack. But shout out to Jeff Neal. He's a good fighter. Yeah. So JB kicked off Aaron Pico. I think Jack or me kicked off Prates. So Zar, why don't you kick off this next one?
Yeah. You want to write down anything?
Anything on that fight? I like Prates money line, bro. I know it's a big price, but I like it.
That round 3.
I love that round 3 decision.
Yeah, round 3 decision plus 175.
I think he could finish him late round 2, but it's a good number though.
It can. And you made a good point, Jack. You said like Prates forces firefights, so they could just swing him round 1 and someone could go down.
Yeah.
So like that could happen, but at the end of the day, I like the odds on that one. Plus 175 on DraftKings.
Juice or anything there.
Yeah.
That's solid. Like on a solid favorite, like his most likely path to victory is a late KO or decision. So plus 175.
Yeah. And then you can kick that next one off, Zar. But shout out to everyone in the chat. Let me see how many people we got live now, because we're not meant to be going at this time. We got 712 live people right now, so I appreciate all of you guys.
Like the stream, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And make sure you check out Jack Mack. I mean, he doesn't need me to introduce him or anything, but still,
if there's a couple,
I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, whole thing. Just find me there.
Yeah.
And shout out. I appreciate anybody coming over.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so kick the next one off. So.
MVP versus Cannonier, right?
Ooh, yeah.
I think it's gonna be a great fight. The first thing I saw, like odds wise, I'm just leaning like plus money here because I don't have a great read on like what's exactly gonna happen. But the thing that stood out to me was violence. The over, it was like minus 225. That doesn't go the distance was plus 185. So that's the first thing that I bet. I just think MVP is going to be landing big early if it's at range. And I love Cannonier, but he's getting older. He's getting cracked. So I could definitely see MVP putting him out early. MVP KOs in the 400s. I feel like that's decent. And then I also think Cannonier can make it dirty. He has a big physicality advantage here. He's like a solid, strong middleweight who, has been getting takedowns in multiple fights. He took down Vettori. He took down Imavov. He took down G-Rod in his last one. But yeah, he didn't take down Kyle because obviously he wants to avoid that jiu-jitsu. But, he's a vet. He's adapting. He's, the durability might be going. So he's mixing it up. He's shorter than MVP, but the reach is very similar. I think the power's maybe on Cannonier's side, but definitely big speed advantage for MVP. So I like the MVP KO 400, the round one. I think it's most likely a round one KO if he gets it done. And I think Cannonier plus 170. I didn't hate that. I feel like it's more of like a 60-40 or a 50-50 type fight because Cannonier could mix it up, get takedowns. And I think he can get on top and ground and pound MVP like with a big physicality advantage. So I'm leaning plus money. I'm leaning, Cannonier, and I'm leaning violence.
Yeah, I feel you, Jack. Any different opinion?
I think the speed from MVP is going to be insane. I think that's going to be the name of the game here. If this was a 5-round fight, I'd be a lot more interested in Jared Cannonier. But I think MVP, a bigger cage, I think he's going to be able to style around. I think the speed's going to just look crazy. That being said, I do have a little bit of concern with underrating Jared. But also, it's tough to guess when Chin's going to go. But he's 41. Now, MVP's 38, but Jared's been in a lot more wars than MVP.
Way more.
And a lot more wars recently.
Yeah.
I know he won that fight against Rodriguez, and it was an amazing comeback, but that was a fucking war. And I know the Imavov fight was stopped a little bit early, but he was getting beat up.
Yeah.
I think it could be tough. And if there's a guy, and when the Chin goes, it's going to go in a way where I think MVP is almost like it's like there's a kick or it just like it hits you at the random point. But I think the speed, the striking advantage, and I guess he can get the takedown zone, but do we think Jared can really do that? Like, is that really his game? I just don't think so. And that's why I'm not interested in the Jared side at all. I'm definitely interested in MVP. And I think I think this could look just 30-27, maybe one scorecard 29-28. This may even be one of those where I look at the spread from a MVP point of view, where then it covers the finish. And then also, I think if he wins a decision, I think he wins it kind of clearly.
Yeah, I feel you. JB?
I don't know. My boy Czar looks like he got something up his sleeve on this fight. It looks like he knows something we don't know. What is it, Czar? What is it? No.
I think there's a chance that Cannonier grapples. Like, he's a smart guy, and Holland took him down multiple times. I think Cannonier can take him down multiple times. It's just if that's in the game plan.
Yeah, and you know what? He trains at MMA Lab, Coach John Crouch. I think that he, it's very possible he comes in with that game plan, at least tries to push him up against the cage, get a takedown or two. You mentioned the ground and pound. I remember when he put out Derek Brunson out cold, but he has been hurt a lot. Like I could remember him getting hurt in multiple fights. The Vettori hurt him, not a power puncher. Derek Brunson had him badly hurt in the first round. Imavov. I just could name a lot of fights where I've seen him getting hurt. And as my man Jack mentioned, at this point, 41 years old, how much better is the Chin going to get? It would worry me. But then again, you have another guy on the other end, Cannonier, like you said, that big ground and pound. He's got big power. We've seen, MVP hurt before, and he's 38 years of age as well. I don't hate the under. I'm not sure where I'm going to lean on the money line side. I was thinking MVP got this, but my boy Czar, he looks like he got something up his sleeve. I don't know.
All right, I got some. This is a guess, but it's pretty good information. I trust this guy. Battle fights off.
Oh shit!
That's breaking news.
Breaking news.
Live. I think it's off.
Breaking news live on
I'm going to say
Parlay
98% it's off.
98% Brian
I got
Battle
a pretty good.
Fights
Yeah,
off.
it's off.
Fuck! I wanted to see that, bro. This
That was
card's
gonna be
falling apart.
That was one of my favorite fights of the night.
Yeah, that was gonna be sick.
I didn't even know what. Did you lead anybody there? I was kind of thinking Rusabov. I was like,
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I thought he could have got like KO round 1 or something.
KO 1 was plus 1,000.
Oh fuck! I would have loved that bet, but it's off.
It just sucks when they take fights like that off the card, especially when you're going to the event.
One card was just too good to be true.
At least we got the Susakaev, but like that, it's a minus 1,000 fights. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
We went from 15 to 12.
yeah.
does that include
CDF Bobby Green is off.
and there's the
The
tough,
tough fight got
off,
called,
so we've lost
rescheduled.
3
fights.
Yeah.
It was gonna be the biggest fight card of the year. Now it's just like a fucking like regular fight card.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
All right, bro. So yeah, I'll go on this one, boys. So I think. So I said this about Eric Anders. All right, Jack's out now. We can do what the fuck we want in the studio, bro. Come, let's steal some equipment. Come on, quickly, bro.
This
I'm
place is
joking.
insane. Like Jack blessed us. You know, we're having Wi-Fi troubles in the hood. And yeah, I don't know if you can hear me, but bro, he took us in the office. Like, this is insane. It's so nice in here. Like, this is my first time in like a real podcast studio.
Yeah, he's the man. No, he's the man. It's like, you know, what we've realized over the last couple of weeks is that everybody successful is just nice people, bro. You know, like we're in that Twitter cesspool where a lot of people are just haters. A lot of people are miserable. A lot of people are negative. A lot of people are trying to drag others down. But in real life, successful people are not like that, you know? So it's just opened my eyes even more. Every motherfucker doing anything in life is so polite, is so friendly, is so welcoming. And that's how you have to be in life, boys. Open up your heart. Be kind to your neighbor. Be kind to everyone. And that's the only way you're really going to make it if you want to make it. But anyway, back to this fight. I said, so this is MVP versus Cannonier, boys, right? And I said the same thing I'm going to say about this fight in the fight last week, Christian Leroy Duncan versus Eric Anders. If you boys listen to the Parlay Madness, what did I say? I said that Eric Anders has been hurt in round 1 of his last 3 fights. Marc-Andre Barriault dropped him. Chris Weidman slumped him. And Jamie Pickett slumped him. So Christian Leroy Duncan is going to knock him out. And it's probably going to be in round 1. And it's probably going to be with some spinner shit. And it's probably going to be an elbow. It's probably my best call ever. Just plus 150 ITD. I put 3 units on it. Just like the specific way he knocked him out. And I'm going to say a similar thing here. I'm not going to call the knockout outright. But what I will say is that Jared Cannonier has been hurt in every single one of his last 4 fights in a row, right? So his last fight was against Gregory Rodriguez. The guy dropped him with a jab. He was looking done. He came back, whatever. He got hurt, right? Just like Eric Anders came back in those fights. He got hurt in that fight. The fight before that, it was the only one that, well, it was only one of the only fights that went to a decision, and it was the worst one. Kai Bahayo had this guy slumped multiple times, but very badly in round 5. Very badly, boys. I had the fight doesn't go to a decision. I don't know how that one didn't cash. It's insane that it didn't cash. The guy looked like he was completely unconscious and somehow he survived, right? That took years off his life. And we kind of saw it in his next fight. He's getting dropped 3 times against Greg, right? And the fight before that, he got finished by Imavov, right? Whatever you want to say, like Jack said, maybe it was an early stoppage. It was going to be a 10-8 if it wasn't, right? Like he got cracked badly. And then the fight before that, Marvin Vettori, he put the biggest beatdown in UFC history. And he still got dropped and he still got wobbled badly himself. Like, this guy can't keep getting hurt. At some point, he's going to get knocked out. He did against Imavov. He's been knocked out a few, but like recently. Yeah. That's 4 fights in a row. Even if MVP doesn't knock him out, he's going to hurt him. Yeah. And something that Jack said is that the speed is going to be the name of the game. Boys, we have to remember, MVP is a welterweight, a former welterweight, and Jared Cannonier is a former heavyweight. The speed difference is crazy. A lot of people are saying, oh, you know, MVP is not a true middleweight. I kind of agree. I don't think he is. Like, I don't think he had trouble making welterweight that much. He just moved up because he lost against Ian Gary and maybe he wants a new division. He's getting older. He doesn't want to cut weight, whatever. But he was faster than everybody at 170.
Bro,
Kevin Holland didn't know what to do with him.
No,
and
amateur.
And we know, we've been looking at Kevin Holland, and we know that it's usually grapplers that are bigger than him, like the RDR type that really give him issues.
Yeah.
But that's not what MVP is. MVP was styling on him on the feet.
Yeah.
And that's something that I feel like that's a huge indicator. And I don't know if Jared can even come close to matching the speed. Jared's a guy that kind of wears you down and then takes over late.
Yeah.
But I don't think this fight's going to go late enough, like in terms of it's only 3 rounds.
Exactly.
And MVP he could dance around for 5 rounds if he wanted to.
Easily. He's been doing that since a kid. I remember MVP on the early, like I said, Cage Warriors, Cage Rage and stuff like that. He actually fought a guy who's fighting today. You know, Alfie Davis in PFL.
Yeah.
So Alfie Davis was like an elite karate kickboxer in the UK scene. And so was MVP. And those guys had like a trilogy when they was like 16 years old in karate. It's on YouTube now, boys. If you want to nerd out, you go type in Alfie Davis versus Michael Venom Page. Those guys were beaten. There was a top of their league in every tournament across the UK, and they fought each other multiple times. MVP beat him every time, I think. But yeah, that's just like a little tidbit.
Alfie, he's got a tough matchup tonight. But I liked Alfie. He's
a good fighter, bro.
He's a good fighter.
And he's got that similar style, if you remember. But he's just not as good as MVP. But basically, what I'm trying to say is MVP has so many reps since a baby. I don't think Jared Cannonier has seen anything like that. Like most people in the UFC. I mean, Shara has a similar style, and he would look like an amateur as well.
And also, Jared's been talking all week about being disrespected, about being asked to take this fight. I asked him, hey, how do you feel about getting this? He obviously MVP's on a ranked in your division. Yeah. He's like, it's another way to make money. I don't like hearing that.
Yeah, that's not ideal. So I'm picking MVP. I guess we all are. Do you want to write?
Yeah, I'm not, but I definitely.
You're not. You're, sorry.
I like violence. Do you guys think that doesn't go is kind of a crazy line?
Yeah. What is it? Plus 185.
It's like I think it's plus 175 now, but like we're saying, Jared gets cracked all the time, and I think Jared has a chance to win, but I definitely see him getting cracked. And MVP is like, bro, even Ian Gary didn't know what to do on the feet with with MVP.
That was of bets that were the most frustrating to watch. I loved my bet MVP against Ian Gary.
170.
And it just, I understood the scorecards, but when he got that takedown in around 3 hours, I was just, it was one of those angering fights. It's like, if this was a real fight, MVP kills him.
Yeah.
Like MVP kills him. But
yeah, just damage. They wish they came through there. But yeah, you guys want to MVP?
For me, right? MVP, please. Doesn't go.
When's the last time MVP has been
MVP KO, man?
I know. I think Jared has a chance, but dude, 400 is kind of crazy.
Like the Pico fight. Like I think it's going to be a decision, but KO is massive.
Yeah, like we said, it's a gambling show.
I'd rather bet on Jared getting KO
Lima,
but we'll see.
That was kind of a crazy one.
I know.
And then as he was getting up, he punched.
I know.
It's kind of fluky.
Yeah.
And also, it's like that's what I'm thinking. Like, yeah, it could. Is there a? I just don't. Why I don't like the fight doesn't go the distance is I don't see Jared getting a finish. I see him possibly winning a 29-28,
like a clinch fest.
Yeah, so I'd rather take the MVP inside the distance.
Yeah,
but
I feel you.
But I see the side. And obviously there's a billion things that can happen in a fucking fight. So
he's also huge, Jared. Like I don't think MVP's fought a guy that big before, and arguably is the heaviest hitter he's ever fought as well.
Yep.
Like maybe Douglas Lima is similar, but Douglas Lima is a smaller guy,
Ian hits hard to an extent.
Kind of.
I don't think it's like Cannonier, but I just think the speed's gonna be hard to see him like, tagging MVP on the feet. Like I feel like ground and pound.
I think we kind of like we saw it against Shara. Shara didn't know what to do with it. And he's such a hard puzzle to figure out.
Especially over 15 minutes.
Yeah. That's not a lot of time.
No, bro. That's not a lot of time.
Yeah. Like you said, I would definitely like Jared more in a 5-rounder, but he's still got to survive that first round where the speed's going to be so much.
And I think if Jared gets a takedown, are we that confident that he's so heavy on top that MVP can't find a way to get up?
Not that
exactly.
But,
exactly.
Holland took him down twice, but he didn't like dominate him.
No, he kind of took his back and he got him in a half rear naked choke. But Holland's jiu-jitsu is way better than Jared.
Yeah, I feel like Jared's just going to be trying to, sit in half guard.
He's like he'll be like a striker on top. So JB, you mentioned the MVP KO. Is there anything else you want to write down?
I was just bringing stuff up. I'm not really confident on this one. I'll find some bets later on the card, but
all right.
Yeah,
well, how about the next fight? We got Tim Elliott versus Kai Asakura. Take us away for this one, please.
Yeah, I think this is a classic grappler versus striker. The downsides on the Tim Elliott side is he's 38 years old, almost 39. He's a flyweight, and his last fight was at 135. He's coming off a few knee surgeries, as we've heard. So those are, the takes that I don't like on the Elliott side. But he can always make a fight very competitive with the grappling. We don't really know what Kai's grappling looks like at the UFC level. We have glimpses of it, but Tim Elliott's going to be there. He's going to make the fight, awkward as he always does, create scrambles. I'm seeing, I'm just seeing that either Kai, I like violence here. I think if it stays on the feet for long periods of time, Kai can hurt him. Tim Elliott on the ground, he's really good. He finds those submissions. And if he's not getting a submission, I don't know. I just see him eventually getting knocked out unless he wins like a decision maybe. So yeah, there's that. And then I think Kai, purple belt in jiu-jitsu, I think sleeper bet could be like the ends by sub. Is a very similar number to the Tim Elliott sub. We get both sides equity. Tim Elliott been subbed about 7 times before, so
just
I think it's very possible.
Just announced UFC. They confirmed it, but we had it first.
Yeah, we're gonna clip that up.
We had that first.
He dropped some real MMA news live, bro. That's the big leagues right here. What do you think about the Tim Elliott fight?
I think Tim hasn't been hit by a shot like from a guy like Asakura in his life. But that being said, if he gets the takedowns going, but it's so tough because we obviously saw Kai against Pantoja, and that's just such a different level.
It's Pantoja, bro.
I kind of like Kai. Like I think Kai may even wear him down a little bit, but he has kind of that touch of death that I think could. I think I'm looking at a Kai inside the distance.
Yeah,
but I don't know if there's too much value in that.
You would just at that point, Jack. I would just play the ITD because it's such a similar price. Like
it doesn't go.
Yeah, it doesn't go is like kind of like semi like little like it's like pick 'em basically, right? And then the Kai ITD is what, plus 130, plus 140. So like at that point, Elliott could sub him. I would just take the ITD. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I just look at that Kai. Yeah, I when I think about this fight, I think that touch of death is going to happen. But if the aspect of the fight doesn't go, it does cover a lot more bases, especially if it becomes a grappling fest that Tim Elliott in. But I think Kai survived round 1 against Pantoja, if I recall correctly. And Tim's a decent, he's a good wrestler, but he's not like the greatest jiu-jitsu submission artist we've ever seen. He's taken a lot of guys' decisions. So I think the fight doesn't go really almost all of the equities on the Asakura side.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like the finish only line, it's pretty chalky, but I think it's not a terrible bet at like in the 300s because like you said, Tim is a solid wrestler, but he's not the most dangerous submission threat. And it's weird because Tim kind of competes with everyone early, kind of takes everyone down. He's awkward on the feet. But like you said, he hasn't been hit by anyone like Asakura. And he gets submitted a lot. I think he's been knocked out maybe once, and it was a long time ago, but he hasn't been fighting a lot of dangerous guys like Asakura. Like this speed, and like he's 38 now. The only problem is like the books are onto it. Like usually Tim Elliott fights are juiced to go the distance, in most matchups, just because, he's hard to knock out. And he wins by decision almost every time. But this fight, it's like a pick 'em. Kai Asakura ITD is like slight plus money. I feel like they're kind of onto it. But my prediction is like a body shot. He's really good at those knees. Maybe Tim wins the first round, something crazy like that with the wrestling, but he's getting 38. He slows down, and Asakura is not the worst grappler. It's Pantoja, bro. Like, I think he catches him, wears him down, like you said.
And what's crazy is when I was looking at this and I was watching some of the Tim Elliott's recent fights, I didn't realize this is his first fight in 18 months.
Yeah, and he's 38.
Or 20 months.
38 at 125.
And I think Asakura is a guy that the UFC likes a lot. I think they've always been trying to tap into that Japanese market, and they know it's a fighting culture. Shout out all the guys over there and they see what, like, they're selling out the Tokyo Dome for boxing events. They know they want to go there, and that's why they have the road to UFC over in Asia. I think they kind of know what this could really be. And I think they're looking at Asakura and like, hey, this is the guy to knock out. But there is that grappling threat that kind of takes down. Like if this was just striking, if this was on the feet, I mean, oh man. But yeah, 38, 125. I really think he finds that finish.
Yeah, and Tim Elliott's never been KO'd, so but it has to come at some point, right? Everyone's never been KO'd until they get KO'd, like Vicente Luque and Max Holloway. You speak about the Asian market, and they've always wanted to go there. This is interesting. I saw on Twitter that obviously in Japan, there's a whole different, social media, whatever, like Japanese Twitter, and in Japan in general, they have posters for UFC 319. They don't have Hamzat or Dricus du Plessis on the poster.
Wow.
They don't have Pico. They don't have Laurent Murphy. They have Asakura versus Tim Elliott on the fucking poster. So that's how much they support their own in Japan and in Asia. So yeah, the UFC definitely wants to do something with this guy. They put him into a title fight on his very first fight. I mean, how many times has that happened in UFC history? Once, twice, maybe?
Not often. I can't really think of
I think there was like one other one. Because I remember saying, is this the only one? And then I think someone commented like, oh, there was this guy. Brock Lesnar, was Brock Lesnar?
He fought Mir and like it wasn't a title fight.
Right, yeah. I think
and then like Chandler came and fought Hooker. That was his first one. I'm
True,
trying to think
yeah.
Really far back in the day.
Maybe really far back.
But I'm trying to think of like any woman.
Yeah, hey, chat.
Oh,
Gilbert Melendez? Okay.
Gilbert
I don't remember that. I
Melendez?
wasn't-
Oh, Half the Battle. I mean, my man Dan,
he
Half the
knows
Battle.
ball,
Shout out to
he
Dan.
knows ball.
Oh, shout out Dan. Dan's the man.
Dan's the
I
man.
haven't met him yet, but he's met some of the other guys on our podcast, and he's the greatest guy in the world.
Yeah.
Shout out Half the Battle.
Dan is a legend. He's an OG in the game, and he's even growing now. So I love to see your success, Dan, my man.
He
Always
runs
appreciate it.
ATL. If you go to ATL, check in with Dan. You better check in, bro.
Check in, bro. Everybody knows that. You gotta check in. But yeah, I think there was it Nico Montana or did she fight for the title?
Yeah, it was
Coming
like
off tough though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a bit different. But yeah, no, she fought for the title on her first fight in the UFC, right? So technically,
Yeah.
But
Does
anyway.
Aldo count like WEC?
yeah, no, that doesn't count. That
They
doesn't-
bought it, right?
yeah, that doesn't count.
And also, yeah, I don't think, and also fighting for a title right away in this era of the UFC is crazy.
Yeah, crazy. So yeah, I personally, I'll just be quick on this one, boys. I think that he's going to find a knee KO like he did against Juan Archuleta. Juan Archuleta was
Ooh.
tagging him on the feet crazy in that fight. Like Asakura's got a chin. I know he's been knocked out before. Cape finished him. But bro, if you go watch the fight, he beat Manel Cape, by the way, long time ago, but he beat Manel Cape in Risen. He rocked Cape badly with the right hook. We watched that earlier today. He rocked him crazy. So the guy's got power in the hands. I mean, if he catches Tim Elliott with that, I don't think he's eating that. Cape's got one of the best chins I've seen at flyweight. So I know he's never been knocked out, but I think it's going to be a knee KO.
Yeah.
So yeah. You can write down Asakura, maybe Asakura KO, Asakura finish.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
That's the end of the main card. I think it's, we only got
How long you got, Jeff?
We got like 30 more minutes.
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
We'll
We can run through the.
we'll try and run through these super quick so we can get to the parlays. We can even skip that tough fight and shit like that. But Susakaev, fuck that.
Susakaev, yeah, you want to skip that one?
I reckon we skip that one, boys. It's minus 1,000. We're not going to put him in a parlay. We're all picking Susakaev by finish.
Yeah,
because we
what's
want to
he-
get to the parlays.
What's he? I mean, I got a ride from my Northeast guy, Tom Nolan, but he's like, or Eric Nolan.
Yeah.
What is? Oh, they haven't even, at least on DK, they haven't released the props yet.
there
So
we
it's
go.
like,
2.5 is chalk.
okay, what? Like big chalk?
220. I don't know if that's real though.
Nah, that's not real.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That's not real. What's the next fight?
Let's go.
Mikey O versus GM3.
Yeah.
Okay, Mikey O versus GM3. Okay, JB, you got anything on this one?
Yeah, I think GM3 is probably going to get knocked out if he doesn't get the fight to the ground, and he's stiff as fuck in the striking. Like, dude, OG of the jiu-jitsu game, love the guy, but I think his reactions as of late, the knockouts he's taken, Pfeiffer, all the damage accrued, I think this is Mikey O's time to shine. I think he could even land a nice uppercut up the middle like we saw him do. I think it was against, might have been Stosic back in the day. I think he could land that uppercut as Gerald shooting, and I think he could put him out with maybe like an uppercut, left hook, something like that.
Yeah. Mikey O is a fucking G, man. I love Mikey O. He's
the
a
man.
serious fighter.
Lord Mikal.
Yeah.
Lord Mikal.
Lord,
I
the
love
Lord.
him. And also, it's fighting. We've
Yeah.
unlocked a new character.
Yeah.
Fighting
yeah.
nerds, Lord Mikal.
Yeah.
I think he finds around 1 KO, man. And I think it's gonna be great. I think this is a
Not
fight.
for Gerald.
Yeah, not for Gerald, but Gerald, it's crazy to think one of the toughest fights RDR's ever had was against Gerald. He went life and death with Gerald.
That's mad, crazy. I thought Gerald was going to win at one point.
Me too. I had him round 2, round 3, but RDR dug deep. All that being said, I think Mikal fighting nerds, and he goes for it, man. That's a guy that goes for it. So I like the round 1 KO. I think that's like almost, if he's favorite, I think it's, and I know I think it's like plus
240.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of his win equity in my opinion.
100%.
Because if not, I think GM3 could probably take over late.
Yeah.
Sub late, yeah. Classic GM3. Yeah.
Mikey's a crazy guy, man. If you guys remember, light heavyweight Mikey O wrestled and beat Khalil Roundtree to a 15-minute decision. I mean, this guy's legit. He's got legit skills. He just gets subbed all the time, which is not good if he's going against GM3. But I think he's improving. I think he's getting better. And GM3 is kind of allergic to pressure, man. Like, even in the fights GM3's won, like a lot of times he's getting beat the hell up early. Edmund Shabazian wasn't great, and then Mahmoud Muradov was killing him early.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I feel like if Mikey's landing those shots, he's probably going to knock him out. So
yeah, I think Michal is like a terrible matchup for GM3. It's just he's going to get in your face and he's going to throw big. I just went through his Tapology real quick. If you don't count the Khalil fight because it got overturned to a no contest, he was on steroids. He has 8 UFC wins. Guess how many are round 1 KOs? 7.
That's why I'm looking at, like, if you like Mikal in this fight, take the round 1 KO. Obviously, he could find something round 2, round 3, but I think this.
Imagine he submits Gerald Mearshart.
Oh, that would be.
No chance, bro.
Kai Bahayo training with him every day.
Put a Gillies him or some shit. Yeah. Nah, I think you go Michal KO round 1, and then you do the classic GM3. Like the GM3 sub 2-3 numbers are still crazy.
Yeah, you kind of got, it's like an auto bet almost, right?
And it is an auto bet. Like, I think, Michal is at least 70% to win here, and like he knocks him out over 50% of the time. But that doesn't mean that GM3 sub and sub 2-3 aren't auto bets. Like, it's not even a hedge in my opinion. I actually think both are value. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end up with both of those I just said. And like if it gets out of the first 7.5 minutes, like I don't know if I want like a Michal KO ticket. Like I probably want the GM3 sub ticket. So I like both of those plays. I just love GM3 fights because it's like kind of like an easy read. And the bookies they're still offering some love on they used to be insane on the round 3, round 2 sub props, but they're still decent.
Yeah, so write all of that down. So we got Michelle, we got a KO, like all of that type of stuff.
Fight to start round 2, no, plus 140. I kind of like to an extent too.
Yeah,
if you like are really concerned about, we've seen Mikal get subbed in round 1.
Yeah,
and GM3 could do that.
Yeah,
you could look at that. That fight doesn't start round 2.
Definitely. I mean, Holland's not really like a round 1 finish guy.
And I mean, GM3's shown some power here and there. Like it wouldn't shock me if Mikal somehow got caught.
I don't know, bro. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. I would go nuts if that happens.
He was fucking up Muradov on the feet, bro.
Dude, that was crazy. He's always gonna just like go for the neck. Like, bro, he knocked out Bruno Silva.
Yeah, he did.
Decided to sub him.
Poor
he
Bruno
knocked out
Silva,
Muradov, bro. He knocked out Muradov.
Next fight.
All right, next fight is Jessica Andrade versus Lupe Godinez. Like, I'm kind of jealous of the people who bet Jessica Andrade at plus 170 because I wanted to bet her there. I was going to bet her there. And then you know how it goes in the betting markets. You wake up the next morning and it's like 130. And then even if I see value, it's like my ego doesn't let me bet it because I'm like, I didn't get the best of the number, so I don't want to bet it. But I still kind of think there's value. It seems like a pick and fight to me, boys. Like, it seems like a 50-50 fight. I think Lupe can definitely take her down, but I'm not sure it can offset the damage that Jessica will do to her on the feet because I do think she's going to do damage. Ricci wobbled her multiple times, and I bet on Lupe there, and I thought Ricci might win the decision off big moments, which is crazy. How can Ricci win a decision off big moments? So I'm picking Jessica here, probably decision, because, round 2 and round 3, I just think Lupe's tough. So I'm picking Jessica via decision. JB?
Yeah, I lean Lupe here, but like the line it's just like a pick 'em more for me. So I guess it would be dog or pass. Like, I think if Jessica could keep it on the feet standing, she's probably going to be the better striker. She's shown over her career, but Lupe has improved there quite a bit. Great wrestler. Do think she'll probably get takedowns here, but will she be able to control Andrade for long periods of time, like some of these other girls that blend the jiu-jitsu in a little bit better? I'm not so confident. So, yeah, I don't have the greatest read on this one. I think fight probably goes the distance. I don't know what the line is there.
Massive chalk.
Right. Yeah. So the only thing I could see is like maybe Andrade hurts her on the feet. Like Loopy can't get the takedowns. She's struggling. We've seen Andrade have massive power before. She was bopping Dern every which way, but left, right, center. But we've seen some sketchy performance from her too. So I'm not so ready. Sure I'm ready to trust her at this point, at this number.
Yeah, I feel you.
So the biggest concern for me with Andrade is like sometimes she shows up and just wants to cash a check.
Yeah.
That being said, I keep thinking about now, Loopy has better wrestling than Mackenzie Dern, but I keep thinking about that fight, and it's just like if she can't get the takedown, she may get beat up bad on the feet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna fire on Andrade, but I understand the concern, and also like you said, if I liked it at plus 170, do I really like it at plus 130? It's tough.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think this is a pick 'em fight. So
Seems
I should just like click the button, you know? Yeah, responsibly, but click the button.
We should just click the button if we're calling it minus 110, but it's plus 130. But I feel like it was plus 130, now it's plus 135. So you never know, man. The parlay boy is going to be in full force in this card with all of these big favorites. And some of the favorites are like quite well-known guys or hyped people like Asakura and Khamzat Chimaev. So maybe they bang Loopy in the parlay, you know, they see minus there. You never know. Yeah. So we all went on this one?
I'll go real quick. I just think it's someone that's finally Andrade's size, like, you know, similar height, and she's finally probably the more I don't know if she's the more physical, but pretty close. And she's not Jasmine Jaszovic is a big 125er, really good wrestler. She's not Tatiana Suarez. She's not Erin Blanchfield. She's a solid wrestler, but she's small. Like Andrade, I like her at 115. Yeah, like we think of her as this wrestle boxer, you know, really good hands, but bro, like she has a lot of competitive fights on the feet, like you said, with Loopy. So I feel like, yeah, she could get some takedowns, but I feel like Andrade, she's not, I don't know, she could get subbed. I'm not ruling it out, but she's not the super dangerous submission threat that the other people were that finished Andrade. So maybe it's sketchy early, a couple takedowns, but I think late, like Andrade starts landing big, and I got Andrade here. Like I'm going to click the button, like you said.
All right. So write Andrade down. If there's anything else, boys, that you want, just call it out. At minus 300 GTD, I'd rather just play the under because, you know, Jessica always gets finished if she gets taken down. Loopy could do it. And then obviously if it stays on the feet, like you said, she's going to get blasted.
The under may be big here, man.
It's a big price, bro.
It's in the mid twos, like for it doesn't go.
Even it doesn't go. I prefer it doesn't go. Just I just been burnt so many times on the unders these days.
They finish Andrade, I can see it, bro.
Body shots,
or like, I mean, you're right. When she gets submitted, like, and it's not like, but yeah. Maybe the under's a decent look, but you know,
tough on women's.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right, next one's Hooper and Hernandez.
I've been going back and forth on this one, guys. I think it's Hernandez money line and Hooper 2-3. Hooper KO is plus 600, which is massive because, I mean, he KO'd Slava in my eyes. You know, I know, you know, they called that a sub, but in my eyes, that was a knockout. I don't know what the referee was doing in that fight. We cashed on Hooper there plus money, which is kind of crazy looking back at the fight, but I feel like Hernandez, he doesn't really get subbed, you know. You kind of break him with ground and pound and shit. So I could definitely see a Hooper KO 2-3. I don't know how to read this one, boys. Part of me feels like, you know, Hernandez was able to stuff 10 plus takedowns against Austin Hubbard and he landed some big shots in that fight. But then part of me is like, he never really wins clean. You know, even the Hubbard fight, that was a sweaty fight. The Holloway fight was a sweaty fight. The Jackson fight was a bad look. Like, if Hooper gets on top, Hooper's improving. I don't think Hernandez is improving that much. Maybe you can say 155, he's a bit better, but I'm in two minds about this one. Jack, you got any opinion on Hernandez and Hooper?
So Hernandez is a guy, like, I think I don't think it's really, it's tough with Hernandez because you could bet that plus 3.5 if you're interested in that, because I think there's a high chance Hernandez wins round 1.
Yeah,
but that's Hernandez to a T. I mean, we saw that in the Billy Q fight. We see that a lot, and then he kind of fades late. So you're right. I'm really intrigued with the Hernandez money line. But the age gap's huge here. Yeah. I think the athleticism gap's kind of big. But if Chase can't get the takedowns going, what's this fight going to look like?
It won't look good for him.
Yeah, I mean, Hernandez is up to 270. Like, That's a big
wow.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've seen some guys out there that I respect on Hernandez, but seeing it continue to go to the Hooper side really means like, okay, there's some guys with like there's somebody within the market that is really pushing Hooper.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's the parlay boys. You never know.
Yeah. I'm similar. I think you go 2-3 Hooper, or you go Hernandez round 1 money line, and I don't think you could just play the sub. I think you go ITD or you sprinkle KO, because bro, it's plus 600. Like,
I think, like I said, I'm Hernandez or Hooper too. I think I'm gonna go the Hooper side. I'm 50-50. I think I'm gonna go the Hooper side. JB, can you convince me?
I think Hernandez is fucking cooked here, bro. I think Chase is gonna come out with the goon jitsu. He's just way too tall. He's got the southpaw. The southpaw. Dude, his jiu-jitsu is sick though, low key on the ground. Let's not talk about the other stuff. But he's very, very, very intricate in what he does. I could even see him pulling guard here to get this fight to the ground. Hernandez is a really good wrestler, but I think once it gets to the control positions, Chase is just gonna float on him like butter. He's gonna be sliding through position to position. Hernandez is just gonna be a step behind. I think he takes the back. I think he attacks the arm bars here. Chase Hooper is going to beat him up with elbows. He could go for an arm bar, and then he's elbowing you while he has the arm bar. Then he's going back to taking the back, and then it's just constantly pressure from Chase Hooper, and I think he's going to find the finish here. Yeah, I think it comes late. I think Hernandez compete early, but we've seen the theme in his career as guys, like Quarantillo, Moicano, as the round 2-3 starts to get there, I think he takes the back, sinks in the choke, or beats him up. He's going to he could flatten him out even. He could flatten him out, start to land big damaging blows. I could see, Hernandez just, not having enough covering up. Ref stops it.
Yeah, I like that.
Chase Hooper was in the office this week.
Oh wow.
And he's shooting basketball. It's no good. It's
Let's see this one. So where we're at right now, Chase Hooper was this week, and apparently he's shooting basketball.
He looks like he should be able to play basketball though.
Oh my god, that's not good. He's throwing it like me, an Englishman.
like a soccer throwing.
If anybody wants to look this up, oh my god.
Oh, you can't even hit the rim.
I'll try and show them.
Yeah, here. I'll show that. I'll go up.
Yeah, if you put it close, you can see on the screen if they can see. Boys, watch this one.
Oh, yeah, you can see it perfect.
Yeah, you can see it perfect.
Oh, stick to the jiu-jitsu.
Is that bullish, boys?
Athletic phenom.
Oluwajun Dream. He looks like he's throwing a shot put. His jumper.
I think he just made that one though. He just made another one though.
That was an air ball because he only had to make one. It was like this. There's a show here called The Yak, and they do this gauntlet, and you run through. You got to do like sandbag into the hole, like cornhole. You got to throw a football through a hole, make 2 threes, and then do like a physical or a mental challenge. And he wasn't the best shooter, but he said he had some fun with it. He said, my last name may be Hooper, but I'm not a Hooper.
Yeah, we know that, Chase. But shout out to Chase. All right, listen, boys, we're gonna do like maybe 1 minute breakdown.
Yep.
30-second breakdown for the next couple of fights, and then we'll get to the parlays. Barbosa close. That's close. Like that fight's close. I think close could maybe. I don't know, boys. Like honestly, this is literally. I'm not doing it to be fast. This is a pass fight for me. I don't know what's going to happen. I think Klose can grind him against the cage, maybe land the shot because Edson's chin is going. Edson's 39 years old. This at 155 pounds. I know Edson has been rocked by Lerone Murphy, which is bad look. I don't really know. Edson also still has that crazy spinning shit that could hurt Klose. Klose just got knocked out and submitted in his last fight. Big pass for me, maybe the under.
Yeah, I think Barbosa has a chance to clip him. Like, obviously, Klose is going to come, try to make it boring, grind him up against the fence, but I don't think his chin's the best. I don't think his cardio is the best. And Barbosa KO plus 280 is a little juicy.
No, they got our boy Alvin Hines. Remember him? Heavyweight?
Oh, yeah.
He's the GOAT.
Well, he got oh no, he was taking steroids, anabolic steroids.
Oh no, wow. We cashed that 2-3 prop without the steroids, boys.
No, that went decision.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying if he didn't have steroids,
oh yeah, that was fucking crazy. I had 2-3 too.
Yeah,
I was like, he's good, but he was anyways.
Money back
Quickly.
Barbosa close.
Yes, I keep looking at this under, and I'm a little bit intrigued. I think Klose could really find the chin, but then if Barbosa's, he still has power, and it's plus 130. So that's what I've been looking at.
Yeah.
Haven't bet it yet, but I'm intrigued there.
So my old man fight, both can be finished. JB.
Yeah, I talked about this one with my man Liam. If you really want my full breakdown, I know we got to be quick. You could go watch that. I did say Barbosa was live to land the knee up the middle, because I could see close pressuring, and we just saw him get knocked out. Barbosa is nasty with that knee, so watch out for that. That's I'll go in more depth probably later this week, but it is a pass fight for me anyway.
Nice.
Closer pass.
Yeah, so we're gonna write the under because that's the only consensus, at least on my side. We got Diana Barbosa versus Karine Silva, and that's the last fight we're gonna go over, and then we'll get to the parlay. So yeah, this is an interesting one. It's a weird one. I feel like the line's wide, boys. I feel like Barbosa should be a little bit less of an underdog. I mean, she already beat Karine Silva, right? That doesn't matter, though, because Karine Silva also lost to Marina Moroz, and then when she fought her, she slumped her, right? So it's not, it doesn't mean you're always going to win, but I do feel like it's a slim margin fight. I feel like whoever gets top position will win. I kind of feel like Barbosa's probably the better wrestler, but she also got worse get-ups and less dangerous. I also feel like Karine Silva can land a big shot over the top, and she can land a submission more likely. But I kind of predict it goes to a decision. And in that fight, I feel like it's a minus 110 type fight. And we got one girl who's plus 175. I think Barbosa's more physical and a better wrestler. And honestly, Top Time is probably going to be the name of the fight. And she's more physical and better wrestler. And she's a little bit better on the feet, although less dangerous, in my opinion. So that's my prediction. Diana Barbosa money line is value.
Yeah, I do think Karine Silva is just like a slightly more dangerous, physical, athletic version of Barbosa. Maybe Barbosa like looks cleaner on the feet, you know, slightly better striker, but the danger factor on the Silva side, I think she's just like a better athlete. So I have her as a slight favorite, but it's definitely dog or pass on the money line.
Okay, Jack.
I was intrigued by the Silva submission.
Yeah.
Plus 400. But yeah, this is I think the money line's way too wide now. And obviously that first fight was, I think some people scored it for Silva.
Yeah, it was close.
It was close, but that probably means it's going to be, it was 6 years ago, but probably another close fight here. Yeah. And minus 205, that's a wide line, especially in a women's MMA. And I don't think she's like that much more physical or that much better anywhere. So it's really tough to be laying that much. So that's why I was looking maybe the submission, and maybe she gets that top time. But the wrestling of Barbosa is always it's going to be tough to counteract. So yeah, it may be just an overall pass for me. Maybe just first fight of the night, throw something on a submission. But I don't know if I'm going to really tweet it out or anything.
It would be annoying to lose money on the first fight of the night. It just puts you in a bad mood, you know?
That's a good point.
I'm trying to be in a good mood.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've lost a lot of women's MMA first fight of the night. It's just like, fuck this, man.
Yeah, fuck that. JB, take us home.
Yeah, Barbosa, BJJ black belt. Think she'll be able to compete. She's got the judo black belt as well. Think she's improving in the striking. Don't think Silva's the most technical striker. Think she could land over the top. Front kicks up the middle, very good. Super physical, but I think she gasses out a little bit as the fight goes. Both girls can, but I think it'll just wind up being more scrambles, grappling. I think there's value on the Barbosa side. Barbosa sub, like Silva KO at big numbers also.
I'm going to put you on the screen. All right, let's get to the parlays, boys. We got like 5 minutes, Jay?
Yeah. As long as the parlays take.
Yeah.
We got like 5 to 10.
I'm going to try to put it on the screen.
Yeah, go on.
It wasn't.
No, okay.
Hey, well, thank you for coming on, bro. Shit, appreciate you.
Oh, no. Thank you for having me. No. Yeah. Let's hit this parlay, though. We're not finished. Job's not finished.
We hit the parlay last week.
Job's not done. Kobe Bryant.
I think we should do a money line parlay where each of us give one money line.
I like it.
And then we should do a cycle parlay.
All right, cool.
But I can sit that one out. So do you want a decision, KO, or sub?
Why don't we just make it together? We just all make it together, like collectively.
Let's do one each because it's 3 legs.
Okay, yeah.
Let me double check.
All right, you check. Whoever wants the sub or decision, it doesn't really matter. Yeah,
I'll get the KO. I'll get the KO.
All right, you take the KO. JB, you want to take the sub? I mean, you're the sub man, right? Like you got to take the sub.
I guess so. Yeah, this is a tough one for a sub, but I'll look.
And you can take the decision, and I'll oversee. I'll mediate. Have you joined?
Yeah.
All right. So, boys, I'm just going to try and bring the parlays up on the screen so you can see me now. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We got 936 live viewers.
Shout out to chat. Like the stream.
W's in the chat, all of that stuff. Appreciate every single one of you boys. Hopefully you have liked the stream today, and definitely go and show Jack Mac love. He showed everybody a lot of love. So make sure you repay the favor and make him want to come back on Parlay Madness by showing him love.
You made this show happen, bro.
Facts.
I got mine for the we're doing the method one first.
Yeah. Let's go.
Right,
so we do cycle parlay in honor of my man Matty Betts, and we're gonna do the Parlay Madness cycle parlay. So let's write that down. So JB, you want to go first? We got the submission.
Yeah, Goonjutsu, Chase Hooper.
Oh,
he's getting the sub. plus
I thought he
175.
was getting KO. All right.
What's the odds on
But all right, but then what's the other sub on the card, bro? Like it's hard. Hamzat? You want to take Hamzat instead?
No, he's getting a decision.
Okay, exactly. So Hooper sub.
All right, no, whatever. You all right? Hooper submission plus 175. Jack, you got the KO for the cycle parlay.
Give me Lord Mikal. Lord Mikal KO. Could we do KO 1? Or
if you want,
Yeah.
fuck it. Why not? This is a adapted cycle parlay.
KO 1, and
Plus
then
240.
I mean, yeah. Let's do that. And yeah, I think Fighting Nerds Mikal is going to prove it again. Different breed.
Okay.
He may be on a little something. You never know. And
I don't have a decision, bro.
Nah, come on.
You don't have I'm gonna go.
If you don't have one, I can go.
Chimaev decision +5. I don't want to ruin the cycle, but
no.
Bro, that's what cycle is.
The cycle's like usually like 80 to 1 or some shit.
True.
Yeah, you ain't ruining shit.
So check what the odds is for that.
500.
No, like for the whole cycle.
Oh,
yeah. So, boys, if you don't know what cycle parlay is, you've been hiding under a rock. But if you don't, it's where you take one fighter by decision, one fighter by KO, one fighter by submission, and it was made famous by Matty Betts. So we've done that now.
Oh, we're going KO1.
We're going KO1, bro. We're not fucking around.
It's a big parlay.
So it's 55 to 1 plus 5,510 odds.
Yep.
We love that. Shout out to Cycle Parlay. I like it. That should be like 10 to 1.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
that's value.
Yeah, I think so, bro. Plus EV. So, yeah, we'll go on to the money line parlay.
Yeah,
let me see who we got.
That's a decent parlay card. We got Hamzat 230. We got Prates 225.
I reckon I want to do another money line parlay because we got loads of money lines. But I'm gonna go with Andrade plus 135.
Okay.
I'll take Prates.
All right.
Give me Pico.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, nice.
Shit, took all the ones I liked. I'll go Michel.
Oh, fuck, I should if I change mine to Page, that should be like minus 500. But with Andrade, it's kind of tough. But I should leave it as Andrade, right? Because if she wins,
leave it. Don't change it.
Hey, don't change it.
All right.
She looked good on media days. She was locked in.
Okay, sweet. I like Jess, man. She's a good sport. All right, so we need to do the Jack Mac parlay.
So what's that gonna
That's
be?
just you on your own, bro. You're just gonna flow.
Okay,
if you want to see what we have, you can kind of spin around the screen. Okay.
All right. Here are the legs. Want to take a peek?
So yeah, you just basically pick.
It doesn't even have to be on there. You can.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
All right, word.
You just make a parlay.
All right,
basically.
I'm gonna do Pico.
Okay.
MVP.
Yeah.
Mikal KL1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then Asakura by finish.
Woo! All right. So Pico.
MVP, Michel KL1.
And Asakura by finish. Should be like a 10 to 1 or so.
I like that, bro.
Yeah. Should be
sounds
2 to 1.
Sounds lucky to me, bro. Tim Elliott, never ever been KO'd. Asakura doesn't really sub, but it's happening.
I think it's happening. UFC knows it too.
Yeah. 2 years is bullish, bro.
Oh, I'll be on the Asakura sub. You already know.
And Asakura is like,
yeah,
he was locked in. His first job ever was at McDonald's, he told me.
Who, Asakura?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was Asakura ITD.
ITD, yep.
Yeah. Came a long way from McD's.
I got Michel, MVP.
Pico.
Oh, yeah.
Pico money line.
My goat.
JB, you can do a JB special?
I'm going to head out, yo. I got to take a shit. So I love you guys.
Fair enough, bro.
It was good fucking chilling. Let's cash these parlays, yo.
All right. Peace out, bro. Love, bro. The JB special is him going to shit this week. Sorry, boys.
All right, plus 1,900. 165.
Oh, shit. That's 20 to 1, bro.
Let's do it.
On 19 to 1. All right.
Lou.
Yeah, let me see. Let me just see what we got. I want to go Pico KO. I want to say he makes a fucking statement and fights Volkanovski and does the same to him. Sorry, Volk. I love Volk.
Oh, man. Imagine that, dude.
I love Volk, bro, but I think it's a bad matchup for him. Yeah, that's it. I mean, should I do another one?
We need one leg. You need 2 legs.
Prates round 3 decision.
Bet.
Yeah, that's me, bro. And then you do one, and then maybe we'll wrap it there. Yeah, we'll wrap it.
Oh, I need to get your odds.
Plus 400 and plus 175.
You know what's crazy? I mean, this is a championship future, and it's. Oh wait, this is to be champion on the 31st of December 2026. Pico's 10-1 on DK. I think that's good. Now obviously he'd probably have to defend it if he once.
He'll probably fight Volk
February, yeah.
And then Evloev.
Evloev would be tough. But if you have him 10-1, I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I feel like he could win that fight. Like
that is true because he could offset his wrestling. That would be a fascinating matchup.
But we'd have to combine what odds do you think it'd be? Like he's minus 160 now. Then he's gonna be what?
And he probably
minus 110 against Volk.
Yeah.
If he gets a knockout, he's gonna be favorite maybe.
I don't know. I think people will have Volk minus 150.
That's what he was against Lopez, eh? So yeah, he would have similar hype to Lopez.
And then
Lopez had hype.
So that's around 3 or 4-1. And then Evloev is going to be the underdog.
You reckon? No, I think if he beats Volk, he'll be the favorite.
But I think it closed when the fight got canceled. It was plus 250 Pico.
I remember I bet it at 200 or something.
Okay, so then maybe I am overestimating.
But imagine if he fucking beats Murphy. And
you're right.
Volk.
You're right.
Pick him, I reckon, because Evloev always gets respect. So it would probably be similar. To be honest.
I'm going Pico. I'm going Michelle KO. I'm going Andrade as my parlay.
Okay, sweet. Pico, Andrade, Michelle KO.
All
Fuck,
right.
we're heavy on Michelle KO.
All right. So these are the parlays. I'm gonna go over them real quick.
Don't moan that you're scrolling too fast, boys.
I'm just going extra slow for y'all. Got the cycle, the money line, Jack Mack, the Lou, and the Purdue, and
the Jew is taking a shit.
Taking a shit. But you saw the plays you liked if you listened to the pod, and then here are the bets that we writ down throughout the pod. We'll get timestamps for you soon, but yeah, that's it, guys.
That is it, boys. Appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks again for Jack Mack. You're a fucking legend, bro.
Yes.
Parlay madness.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, chat.
And that's it, boys. We'll catch you on the flip side. We'll go into the fights tomorrow. I'll make sure to do some sick reels for you. And that's it. Good luck on your bets. Peace and love. And let's cash the motherfucking tickets, man.